Welcome to Roy Marsh Jiu-Jitsu. I'm here again with Isaiah Monroe, one of my assistant coaches, and my MMA coach. And we're going to go over a double attack, another double attack from the Kesa Gatame position. Both of these attacks I'm teaching, the other video and this one, can also be done from the modified Kesa Gatame position. But for now, practice. If you get really good at this, most Jiu-Jitsu people don't practice enough getting out of this headlock position, so you'll actually catch a lot of guys by surprise because they're kind of lost about how to get out of it. So we're going to go into just a secondary double attack. Which one you do is really kind of preferential. Okay, so can I get you laid down again with the head up here. Okay, so as before, I hook the head, I lift and slide my leg under the shoulder. I got a good wide base. Okay, so from here, before I popped my hips, I controlled the wrist. I pushed down, I went for this, I went for the straight arm out. But this time what's going to happen is when I slide my hand back, rather than traveling to this side, I'm going to pop my hips, slide my head back, and I'm going to insert my thumb right inside his thumb and put my hand on the back of his knuckle. So we're going to be doing a wrist lock. Yeah, I know, it's me, right? So rather than hold the hand here or hold the hand on the wrist, I want to hold where his knuckles are right in the middle of my palm, and I like to hold inside the thumb to feel like it puts my hand in the right position. Sometimes if I'm over the thumb, I'm a little too high. So watch what happens if I push his elbow up this way. At some point, it wants to roll over. He can't just continually lift his elbow without his hand eventually flipping over. And we're going to use that to our advantage. Okay? So when I come in, I slide back, I catch the wrist. I'm pushing his elbow forward, so I'm not trying to push the hand. I'm driving with the hand, driving the elbow up this way, to where eventually it's going to try to roll. And once it rolls, that's when the wrist lock happens. From here, I catch, I slide forward, and then here. So one more time, I'm here, I catch, I'm not pushing down, okay, because he can maybe turn his hand this way. I'm actually pushing the elbow forward at a 45. Because now, if he tries to roll his hand back, he's causing the wrist lock. If I'm pushing down, he might be able to wiggle it this way. So I'm pushing the elbow up and right here. Now, just a kind of a secondary, this is I'm only showing a double attack, but let's say this is we'll add an extra little detail in that I'll do sometimes. Let me get you to turn your hips this way. So sometimes I go here, and the guy just is really strong with his wrist or something. I'm going to pull this leg out and insert my top knee. So I'm going to switch and come here. Then I'm going to flare my knee out. So I'm taking my knee down his forearm and pulling right here. So if he's being a jerk and he's not letting me break his wrist, with this one here and he's resisting, I'm going to switch, open my knee, and come right here. Okay? So that's our first attack. I like this one because everybody thinks, oh, he's going for the key lock or something. They're really unaware of the fact that I'm not holding here or here, but I'm holding here. So they forget, well, my students don't, but most places they'll forget that that's a very easy wrist lock. Okay, so we're going to go into one more situation where he's just hiding, right? He's just hiding his arms. He's tired of the key lock. He's tired of the straight arm lock. He's tired of the wrist lock. He's just hiding his arms. Somebody always told me long ago when I was a white belt, right? If you want the neck, attack an arm. If you want the arm, attack the neck. So if he wants to hide his arms, that's great. It means he's not defending his neck. Okay, so we're down. Let me turn you this way just a little bit. I'm in. I've got this situation. I'm trying to retract, and he's just hiding that arm tight behind my back, maybe even locking his hands in. Like they're just not going to let me get his arms. So from here, I'm going to put my fingers, 4 fingers in the sleeve tight. Now I'm not doing a sleeve choke. Let me just scoot this way. I'm going to do more of a punch choke. Okay? So I'm actually going to take my fist, and I'm not pushing the trachea, and I'm not pushing on the muscle. This is where I see a lot of people push on the muscle. The soft spot between the trachea and the muscle, the right here, the 45 where the carotids run, that's where I'm pushing, right in that angle at a 45. So not straight to the side, not straight down. So he's locked his hand. I'm going to come in. I'm going to take my fist here. Now, you can either switch your legs or I can just drive my weight forward. Sometimes I'll just switch and here. So as I drive, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to take my hand holding the sleeve and roll it down. And then there's really kind of a caveman aspect to this where I'm just punching my hand to the mat. I'm driving all my weight. Because even if he wants to try to roll me now, I'm getting the choke. This is really about the placement. If I just come to the muscle, it'll hurt, but Isaiah's a tough guy, I can tap that. I shoot my hand in here. If at any point he brought that arm out, I could go to the arm if I wanted to, hooked into any of those locks. But I like punching people in the neck. Jason Colbert taught me that. Jiu-jitsu is neck punching, throat punching. So he's behind his arm here. If he's watching what I'm up to, I can actually move his head so he doesn't see what I'm doing. I shoot my hand right in the spot, and we're right there. And that's sort of our last double attack from the Kesa Gatame. We'll call it a nice double attack. This is more the jerk double attack. Wrist lock and throat punch. It's Royce Gracie, Southern Pines Jiu-Jitsu through and through. And again, thanks to Isaiah.